Hi baddies! If you feel like guys are only valuing you based on your looks, then this video is for you. We are going to talk about why you feel like guys only value you for your looks and how we're going to change that. Because, girl, you are so much more than just how you look. In this video, we're gonna have 4 chapters. The first is gonna be why you think looks are so important or why others think looks are so important. Next, we're gonna talk about why attracting guys based on our looks is gonna give us short-term attention and we want long-term attention. 3, we're gonna talk about how we're gonna find our value and what makes us special beyond just how we look. And 4 is gonna be a little bit of homework for you guys because you know I am gonna leave you with some work to do. Let's get into it. Why do we think that looks are so important and why do other people place so much emphasis on looks? Okay, so I feel like we already know, like, society's conditioned us. Looks are the first thing that we see. That's probably the first thing people judge us on. So it's not unnatural for us to place emphasis on our looks. And I definitely feel like we've been conditioned since we were little to place a lot of emphasis on how we look, especially with like the social media age. If you're my age, like growing up with, you know, people like Kylie Jenner and stuff, placing a lot of emphasis on how we look physically in order to attract attention. And I feel like it's so sad, but we've been so conditioned to think that our looks are extremely, extremely important when attracting a man. If you are feeling like you're getting a dopamine rush whenever you're getting story replies, or you're looking at how many likes you're getting on your photo, or you're looking at how many shares your photo has, or if your photo's getting on the explore page, or how many compliments you're getting when you're wearing a really sexy outfit and going out, baby, this is so unhealthy and we are going to change this because yes, we are getting a dopamine rush every time we're getting a bunch of story replies and a bunch of likes on our photo and a bunch of likes on our story and guys complimenting us when we're going out. But what happens when we don't get that dopamine rush? What happens when we don't look our best one day? What happens when we post a photo and we're not getting dopamine because we're not getting likes? We are starting to place our value because we're getting dopamine rush on how we look. And so that's going to reinforce us to want to look really, really good all the time, but it's also going to make us feel like shit when maybe we don't feel like we look our best. Honestly, I have been there, girl. Like I used to place so much emphasis on how I looked, and I used to think that if I just looked amazing and I just looked perfect all the time and I just looked gorgeous, I would attract so many guys. And then when I would think I would look good and I would go out, which is normal, or I'd post a story and I wouldn't be getting likes and I wouldn't be getting all the replies that I want, specifically from guys, I would feel like shit. And I was like, girl, I need to snap out of this. Why the fuck do I care? Why the hell does it matter so much how I look? At the end of the day, I realized I have so much more to offer than my looks. The easiest and fastest way to feel good about ourselves is through a compliment. Is through a compliment on how we look. Is through a story reply, story likes. Is through comments on our photos. That is the easiest and fastest way to feel good about ourselves, and that's probably also the most common way that we feel good about ourselves because we've been conditioned that that's instant gratification that we kind of also end up, it's like a cycle. We end up seeking that more. And then we get it super fast. Oh, hey, you look great. Or a story like, and then we seek it more and then we want to look good even more. And we're placing so much emphasis on how we look in turn. We're looking to feel good inside. And because it's so easy to get to feel good and get quick compliments from people based on our looks, we then place so much more emphasis on how we look and then try to look really good. Chapter 2. This is a really big one. Guys who initially like you for how you look or place a lot of emphasis on how you look are giving us short-term attention, okay? Short-term attention is so different than long-term attention, and I feel like you need to figure out in your head what it is that you want. If you're watching this video, I feel like you probably are somewhat of a deep person, and therefore you probably want long-term attention, not just short-term attention. Even if you're not looking for a relationship or you're not looking to get married right now, right off the bat, if somebody is putting a lot of emphasis on how you look and, you know, initially being attracted to you because of how you look, or always giving you a lot of compliments based on how you look and all your compliments revolve around how you look and a lot of emphasis in the relationship is given to how you look, babe, this is not going to end up with long-term attention. And by long-term attention, I mean this is not going to end up in a fulfilling relationship or a relationship in general. A fulfilling relationship at the end of the day is what most girls want. And if somebody is just liking you and complimenting you for your looks, that's not bad at first if there's some compliments about your looks. But if that's what majority of what their attraction is to you and that's as far as it goes and it does not go deeper than that, that is not going to be any long-term relationship because they have no interest and getting to know your values, your personality, your sense of humor, your family. They have no sense of getting to know that because for them it's just physical. For you to think that anything more is going to come out of that is silly, babes. Listen, I once met a guy who I was really into in terms of his personality. He would always compliment me and always give me story replies and message me, and every time he see me, oh my god, you're so beautiful. Everything was so physical and I felt so good. I was like, this guy really likes me. Obviously, I didn't just like him for his looks. In fact, I liked him for his personality more than his looks. And at the end of the day, that situationship did not end up working out because that person could not see me as more than just a physical. They didn't care to get to know what was in my mind. They didn't care to get to know my goals. They didn't care to get to know anything about my intellect. They didn't care to get to know my values. They didn't care to get to know my sense of humor. All they cared about was my looks. They just wanted me to be pretty. And listen, as soon as I don't look good around them, or as soon as I kind of wanted them to start like, you know, getting to know me on a deeper level, they didn't care. And that is not a fulfilling relationship. At the end of the day, we don't deserve that. If we're liking other people for their personality, a guy, why can we not be valued for our personality? I'm sure that you guys have heard looks fade. When we're 6 years old, we're not gonna look like this. Our body's not gonna look like this. Our face is not gonna look like this. And we all know this. And so when we're looking for a long-term relationship, a commitment, a fulfilling relationship, it's not gonna be from someone who prioritizes looks as the number one. Even if this person somewhat likes you, if they are looking at your physical features and giving it so much importance, especially like not from like the initial, especially after like the initial meeting, you just need to think about what you guys are going to have. What is the attraction that they're going to have from you? What is the attraction they're going to have to you 20 years from now? Think about it. When you don't look like this anymore, what is going to keep them still interested in you and still seeing value in you and still wanting to be committed to you when your looks fade? Probably nothing. As sad as it is to say, probably nothing, because you're not going to look like this. And then what might happen? You know, they might look to somebody else because their looks are more exciting, because that's what they're placing so much value on. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to cheat on you, but like, honestly, if somebody is not liking you for who you are as a person above your looks, there is a high chance that that relationship is not going to last, because as soon as they see something else shiny and flashy coming, they're going to go to that. We want long-term attention. We want somebody who invests in us, because that is what a fulfilling relationship is. And so what is long-term attention? Long-term attention is going to come from somebody who sees our value, who vibes with us and our personality, who vibes with us in terms of our goals, who vibes with us in terms of our sense of humor, who you can share a laugh with, who sees you beyond just your looks, who likes the type of qualities you have, who respects your life direction. There is so much more that a person should see in you. And this list, at the end of the day, should mean so much more than looks. And honestly, any mature guy, at the end of the day, yes, they're gonna have to be attracted to you. They are gonna put these mindset and personality factors above looks, because they're gonna know that this is what's gonna keep them in the relationship long term. And this is what's gonna keep that connection strong in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, not how you look. Because at the end of the day, looks fade. And to be honest, after a relationship with somebody for a while, like, you get used to their looks. Their looks are not going to be as exciting to you. Those are the type of guys that we want to go for, because those are the type of guys that are going to stick around. And they're not going to make us feel like shit when we don't look our best. Or they're not going to end up leaving us or getting bored of us in a couple of months when they're not excited by our looks anymore. And so that brings us to chapter 3. I think because of the way that we've been conditioned, a lot of times, it's not our fault that we place a lot of emphasis on how we look. Yes, to a certain extent, looks matter. Like, for example, I do care about how I dress. You know, I like to do makeup. I like to see how I look. And that's not wrong. And I think there's nothing wrong with saying that looks matter to people. I think at the end of the day, like, physical attraction will always be like the first thing that draws us to somebody. But I think that no guy is going to be able to see beyond your looks if you don't even know what you have to value. And so we're going to figure out what you have to value together. Listen, thirst traps, posting pictures of yourself will get you likes and they'll get you followers, but they're not going to bring you people necessarily who are really trying to get to know you and everything else you have to offer beyond this exterior. And the way that you're going to think about it is you're going to think, what beyond your looks do you think brings value to the table? What about your personality is it? Are you extremely caring? Are you extremely giving? Are you very family oriented? Are you very empathetic? Are you very funny? Do you have a killer sense of humor? Are you very driven? Are you very hardworking? Are you a loyal person? What is it about you that you feel in your heart makes you a special person and makes you a good person? This is where you have to start. And I think that people get sometimes stuck. They might be like, yeah, I'm honest. Yeah, I'm caring. I'm all those things, but I made mistakes. Think about it. You have friends, right? Your friends are not seeing your value and being your friend because of how you look. So think about it. What is it that your friends see value in you? And why do they want to be your friend? You can honestly start there to think, what is it beyond my looks that people like? Is it that I'm a great listener? Is it that I'm a very patient person? Is it that I'm always a consistent friend? Is it that I'm a go-getter? Is it that I value relationships in my life? Is it that I'm kind to everybody? Is it that I value charity? Is it that there are so many things that are making you a good person and making you a special person beyond your looks, and you need to figure out what that is for you. And to be honest, if you feel like your looks are very high on that list, baby, that means you need to do some serious self-reflection, and you need to sit with yourself and find your own value. And that's going to take us to step number 4, your homework. Take a step back. Listen, this homework is not going to be easy. I want you to take a step back and see what you are putting out there and what you're presenting that are making guys only be attracted to you for your looks. Now, I understand, on social media, you can't always have your personality showing. But are you placing too much emphasis on how you look on social media? Are you placing too much emphasis on your body? Are you, only really highlighting your face and how you look on social media and when you go out? Or are you, when you meet people, are you just highlighting how you look? Are you just standing there looking pretty? Or are you making it clear that, you have more going on up here? What I want you to do is take a step back and see why you are attracting. Because the harsh reality is that, yeah, of course, it's not 100% your fault. But if you are consistently only attracting people who want you for your looks, it's probably because somewhere out there, they are getting that message that you are also putting your looks as number 1. And you don't have that much more to offer. So take a look at that and figure out why. 2, you are going to write a list right after this video. As soon as this fucking video ends, I want you to write a list of all the qualities that you have that make you special, that make you a good partner, that make you unique, that even just make you a good friend. And if you're getting stuck on this, maybe ask your friends. Ask them. Be like, hey, what makes you want to be friends with me? What makes me a good person? What makes me a special person? What makes me somebody that would be a great partner for somebody one day? And when you come up with this list, I want you to think about why these qualities in the long run are going to be so much more important than your looks in a long-term relationship. 20, 30, 40 years from now, when you are saggy and you have wrinkles and you're not fit, because that's life, why are these gonna mean so much more in a long-term relationship to somebody than your looks? And then we're not just gonna stop there. Every single morning, I want you guys to get up in the morning and write your affirmations. And your affirmations, yes, they can say I am beautiful, but I want you to include every single one of those factors that make you a unique person and make you a good partner to be in your affirmations every day. You're gonna say, I am smart, I am driven, I am a very caring person, I'm extremely honest, I'm a very loyal person. All of these things are gonna be in your morning affirmations, and you are going to write them every single day when you journal so that we can get them engraved in our head. Another piece of homework: the next time you feel like a guy is only valuing you for your looks, or not even that, if you just feel like the only compliment they can really give you is for your looks, oh, you look so hot today, oh, you look so great, oh my god, baddie. Listen, babes, you are not gonna reply to it. I know that's gonna be hard. You're gonna be like, why should I not reply to it? Because if you really, truly want to level up the type of people you're attracting into your life, do not reply to people who only are giving you compliments and only emphasizing how you look. Do not do that. And I'm gonna hold you one accountable to this. If you want, screenshot these unopened or freaking left unread or left undelivered messages of people only complimenting you for your looks, and do not answer them and send me a screenshot of it to prove it to me that you are not replying to it. Because that is the only way you're gonna raise your frequency and start attracting people who value you for more than that. Babes, when you start getting compliments, listen, compliments about who you are as a person and your soul and your personality don't come as often as compliments about how you look, because it takes a lot more to get to know your personality. You need to know you a lot more to give you a compliment about that, then rather than giving someone a compliment of how they look, because that could be said in 0.1 seconds as soon as they look at you. But when you start getting a compliment based on your personality and who you are as a person, it is gonna feel so much better than these random ass compliments being like, you're hot, you're this, you're pretty, you look good. Trust me, it's gonna mean so much more that these stupid compliments about how you look aren't even gonna give you that dopamine hit anymore. You're gonna be searching and you're gonna want people to compliment you based on who you are as a person and the type of integrity you have over for just looking good, because there are a lot of people who look good, but there are not a lot of people who have such a great combination of values the way that you do. And that is rare. Looking pretty, unfortunately, is not that rare. So this is going to be your homework. Honestly, I want you guys to tell me how you guys are feeling and if you how these affirmations are doing for you, and how leveling up and how finding your own value is helping you attract better people into your life. And even if it's not attracting people right away into your life, it's going to be hard, but it will pay off in the long term, because you will start feeling great when you see people see you for more than what your looks are. So please send me messages if you feel like this has helped you, and you feel like this has helped you see yourself for more than just your looks, and you feel better as a person, and then you are also attracting better people into your life. Comment how this has made you feel. Comment if this is helpful. I am so excited for you guys to level up and to see that you have so much more to offer, and to start seeing your true value, because babes, you are so valuable and looks is so superficial. So if you like this video, you can like, comment, subscribe. I post a lot of confidence videos, a lot of more videos like this. And we are building a community of girls who are manifesting greatness and who are vibrating at a high frequency, and who are rising above the superficial norms, and who are feeling good inside. And so you can also follow my TikTok and my Instagram. I post a lot of shorter tips on there, a lot of reels, fashion content. So yes, if you like this video, please subscribe, and we will be back soon. Thanks, guys.